Welcome to Chicago, the home of 16-inch softball, a game for everyone. In fact, Chicago is the birthplace of softball way back in 1887. Hello, I'm Bob Campbell, and I want to introduce you to this terrific game that many players feel is the finest blend of all bat and ball games. That's quite a statement, but when you see the game played, you'll understand why those who play it are so passionate about it and why new leagues are forming across the country. And you're looking at all the equipment you need. That's right, just a bat and a ball. Here in Chicago, the game is played barehanded, although in other parts of the country and in some national tournaments, gloves are optional. The emphasis in this game is on finesse and strategy rather than how far you can hit the ball. And as you can see, the game moves quickly, is highly competitive, and a great test of skills. 16-inch softball is the perfect game to play when time is short and space is limited. So it's great for intramural play in schools and colleges, as well as industrial settings, corporate leagues, church leagues, military, city parks, and family or company picnics. The game is also terrific for players who are physically challenged. In Chicago, 16-inch softball is part of the physical education program of every grammar school and high school in the city.
Oh, it's a great night.
And on Sunday nights, Chicagoans tune in to the highly popular 16-inch softball Game of the Week on one of Chicago's leading television stations. I know you're going to love this game because 16-inch softball truly is a game for everyone. What is 16-inch softball, and how does it differ from the 12-inch game that most of us are used to? Let's start with the layout of the field. The bases are set up 55 feet apart, rather than the longer base paths used in the 12-inch game. 10 players take the field, with the 10th player defending the area around second base. When fences are used, they are usually set at approximately 260 feet from home plate. Yet even with the reduced fence distance, home runs are relatively rare in 16-inch softball. The pitcher's mound is set up 38 feet from home plate as compared to 50 feet in 12-inch softball. This shorter pitching distance is a big part of the fun and challenge of this game. In 16-inch softball, the pitcher is able to mix up his pitches, speeds, and delivery as he tries to throw the hitter off balance. The pitcher must start with one or both feet on the pitching rubber and must squarely face the batter for at least 1 second before delivering the pitch. The pitcher's pivot foot must remain in contact with the pitching rubber until the ball leaves his hand. The pitcher is allowed up to 2 hesitation pitches before delivering to the plate. Although, in Chicago, a drag step is permitted where the pitcher can take 1 step in any direction. The pitch must have a perceptible arc of at least 6 feet, but it cannot be delivered with an arc of more than 12 feet. A fast pitch is ruled a ball. The batter strikes out if he hits a foul ball with a 2-strike count. This rule adds skill to the game and shortens the game's length. The 16-inch clincher softball weighs 4 ounces more than the 12-inch ball. Balls hit into the air typically result in easy outs. Hitters must swing down and through the ball because hard-line drives are the most productive hits in 16-inch softball. It is important for batters to learn to hit the balls squarely, especially at the higher skill levels where proper mechanics and sound fundamentals are critical. Once a player has reached base, he can lead off but not steal. All of these rules make for a very exciting game, one that involves a tremendous blend of individual and team strategy. One of the great things about 16-inch softball is it's not dominated by home runs or high-scoring games. As a result, placement hitting is the key to the game rather than pure power. And what people love about this game is the strategy it requires. Defensive play is particularly interesting. The pitcher is the key. He sets up the defense. As the team quarterback, he adjusts the positions of the fielders according to the batter and the pitch he plans to deliver. These strategic shifts are vital to the team's defensive play. The pitcher also controls the tempo of the game. There are also several offensive strategies to master. Batters must survey the defense and find the holes to hit through. It is important to hit the ball behind the on-base runners to ensure they advance safely. Dumping the ball is also an effective and unique strategy. All of these are integral to 16-inch softball. Offensive concentration and defensive intensity are what this game is all about. And of course, a lot of good, clean fun. Softball was born in Chicago in 1887 at the Farragut Boat Club. In the early 1900s, 16-inch softball began. Because of the tight inner-city spaces, it became the ideal game for Chicago. Today, there are over 4,000 teams in the Chicago area playing 16-inch clincher softball. The game was exclusive to Chicago for many years, but as Chicagoans have relocated across the country, so has 16-inch softball. Leagues are now playing in many states across the country and are even forming overseas. So as you can see, the game of 16-inch softball is pure fun and recreation, the way softball was always meant to be played. It's also the perfect co-ed sport. It can be played at all skill levels, from schoolyards to highly competitive national tournaments. Because the game is traditionally low scoring and emphasizes defense, a 7-inning game can be played in just about an hour. And because of the small size of the fields and the simple equipment required, 16-inch softball is ideal for countries around the world with limited space and resources. Over the years, 16-inch softball has been the passion of some of Chicago's greatest athletes, men like the legendary Chicago Bears coach George Halas. Yankee great Bill Skowron was a big-time 16-inch player before his major league career. And today, many of Chicago's pro athletes enjoy this 16-inch game, including some former Super Bowl champions like quarterback Jim McMahon and all-pro Chicago Bears safety Sean Gale, and even MJ himself, Michael Jordan. Some of the game's greatest players are showcased in the 16-inch Softball Hall of Fame, located at the renowned Forest Park Sports Complex near Chicago. Over the decades, players at every level who love 16-inch softball have contributed to the game's growth. A game that is a terrific blend of offensive and defensive strategy, as well as a great competitive challenge involving skill, concentration, and teamwork. So now you know the game of 16-inch softball, a game for everyone. Please contact us so we can send you a brochure with the complete rules of the game. I know you're going to love this game.